That's me, Dick Strawbridge, my darling wife Angel, and our two beautiful children. Nearly 3 years ago, we upped sticks for a whole new life in France and bought this magnificent chateau. We've been doing it up ever since.
Oh, baby, you're so strong.
Turns out we're not the only ones.
Oh, yeah. Oops.
Dozens of Brits are taking the plunge to rescue these stunning buildings.
Oh. What amazing colours.
We need to get on top of it, get on top of the goats.
In this series, we'll reveal more on how we're running our chateau as a business.
Oh, back on dry land.
I'm still finding things that I haven't seen.
And we'll help these daring families run theirs.
Here's to the meeting of two like-minded couples.
Cheers.
Cheers.
As they face the highs
It's really beautiful.
and lows.
It's extremely expensive. It's financial suicide.
Of running these gorgeous buildings as everything from B&Bs to beautiful wedding venues.
Owning a chateau isn't glamorous. Anyone who thinks it is delusional.
Today, the perils of repairing a 6-story chateau.
You know, I'm not too afraid of heights, but this is a bit extreme.
Plumbing problems at this 12th century abbey.
Do you see anything?
Yes. Well, come down and have a look.
No, thanks.
How running a chateau with loved ones is never plain sailing.
John, we employ him to look after this pool.
Yeah. He hasn't done it for 4 years.
And Angel and I carry out valuable research into our new wine list.
We could get so pickled this afternoon.
Londoner Billy and his French fiancée Gwendoline are still in their 20s. But with the help of Billy's older brother Michael, they're working hard to turn the 22-bedroom Chateau de la Balmenier into a luxury wedding venue, as well as a beautiful family home.
It is a bit of a fantasy, yeah. Living in a French chateau is always been a bit of a dream.
Together, I think we can make it work.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And we might have a few problems on the way, but that's part of life, isn't it?
Yeah.
Their chateau is in the Pays de la Loire in northwestern France. They live in the guest house, but need to move out in just 3 weeks so they can rent it to paying guests. That means making the chateau habitable, but the wood burner is causing them a bit of a problem.
Well,
But it's not supposed to be coming out the sides, is it?
well, that's what I was thinking.
I wonder why it's doing that.
I think the cement between the blocks, I think it needs repointing because
repointing probably.
there's smoke pouring out of the holes through the sides and between the stone. Yeah. So it shouldn't be doing that.
They suspect the brickwork needs repointing, a pretty straightforward repair job if you're at ground level.
It looks like the house is on fire rather than the chimney.
Unless they repair the chimney, they won't be able to use the wood burner. So someone's going to have to go all the way up there and fix it.
It's probably about 20 metres, something like that, so it's quite high up. When you're up there, you're like, ooh.
Billy's gamely volunteered to take on the job. Fortunately, he's got just a piece of kit for it.
We bought a cherry pick car. It goes about 22 metres. It's not a new machine, it's quite old. And hopefully we have no problems and we don't fall off the thing.
But they haven't so much as switched it on since buying it several weeks ago.
Right, so how do we get this thing going?
This is the main switch to turn it on.
Yep.
And this is the ignition.
Is it meant to start?
It's supposed to start. Do you want to jump up on top of the thing and make sure the red switch, because look, basically it's like that sometimes. You have to twist it so it's up like that.
And there's one over on that.
There's one on that. So jump up on top of it and just check it.
Right, OK. It's not working.
Yeah.
Did you know it didn't work when you bought it?
No, it worked when we bought it, but It's,
That doesn't sound right.
it means, I don't know what it means. We'll have to look in the manual, I think.
If Billy can't get up to fix the chimney, there might be some cold nights ahead for them all. It's no small task trying to heat a chateau, especially where we live in northwestern France. Winters here can be bone-chilling, often dipping to -10. It gets so cold sometimes, even our moat freezes over.
It's not exactly warm in here. It will be soon.
In the beginning, it was a constant battle to heat our home.
We could not heat this house in a way that would make my mum and dad happy. So our life from January and February revolved around heating this house. They would get up 5 a.m. in the morning, turn the heating on to heat this room so the kids would wake up not freezing. Then he'd run downstairs and get the heating on for the dining room so we would have breakfast in the heat. And it kind of went round, back again, and up. So the whole house was on, off, to make sure that we had only heat in one room for that time, because you can imagine trying to heat the whole house would have been mental and a lot of money, not sustainable.
Heating all our rooms continuously could cost over £500 a week. Sometimes a chateau really can feel like a money pit. 100 miles south at Chateau de Bois-Jarreau, Marion and her husband John had just splashed out nearly £500 on having hundreds of flies removed. Marianne from Oxfordshire runs this place as a luxurious holiday gîte with her two sisters, Tanya and Catherine.
I wouldn't say it's profitable, but it covers its costs, which is what we need it to do.
Nestled in the Loire Valley and set in 20 acres of rural parkland, this gorgeous 19th century chateau has 9 bedrooms, 11 bathrooms, a swimming pool, and even a gym.
My children really adore going there, and it is great for family get-togethers. I really enjoy it, and that's kind of where we get our satisfaction and pleasure from that side, you know, from the family point of view.
Every year, the sisters make the trip over from the UK to get it ready for another holiday season. This morning, big sister Tanya and her family arrived. Today, an engineer's come to fix the lift.
Bonjour. My French isn't good, but...
My French is worse.
Fortunately, their managing agent, Isabel, is on hand to translate.
OK, so could you ask him if there's still the same problem that there was last time with the lift?
The problem you noticed last time, is it still...
In French.
Ah, en français.
I remember he said there was a click, click sound, which Tanya and I were not worried
C'est plus
about.
un problème de bruit, un problème de clic.
But we think it's fine. But just to check.
Donc le clac, 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 si vous voulez, c'est l'ascenseur qui descend petit à petit. Yes.
I hope it's OK. And so, just to confirm, today he is going to put alarms,
Oui.
loud ones, on each floor?
Oui.
Oui.
Perfect. Merci beaucoup.
Okay.
Brilliant English. Thank you.
Whilst the engineer gets to work, Marion and Tanya realise they don't have any means to pay him for the job.
We're off to the bank. We need to go now.
Yep, we're late.
We will be late.
So we're going to the bank.
OK.
But before they can leave, Marion's husband John wants to talk about the issue with the roof.
The lead or the... It is dangerous, very dangerous.
All right, John.
Yeah.
I don't need him to start messing about and interfering. I just don't need that.
And there's something else Marion doesn't want her husband to interfere with.
At the moment, we're waiting for the pool man to come and open it up. And John's had a little look and would quite like to do it himself. But I've asked him not to, because there are occasions when he starts interfering and then he creates more problems. And it's just... OK, thank you. Oh, it was very good. That was great.
But when Marion gets back from the bank an hour later, she finds John couldn't help himself. He's decided to tackle the pool.
John, we employ him to look after this pool.
Yeah. The fact of the matter is that I always a bit cautious of where he stands in the whole pool maintenance
John,
thing.
this is his pool. It's not your pool.
He hasn't
isn't
done
it
it
out
for
now?
4 years. He
Isn't
doesn't
it
do anything though, does he? That's the problem. Yeah, look at the state of the pool. The whole pool is leaking.
It's not leaking. It's there, so it's water.
I hope John and Marion can settle their differences, as there's still a lot more to do here.
Oh, John? Please, could you look at the downstairs loo seat and tell us if it needs a new one?
Under the stairs, just there.
As any Brit who started a new life in France knows, one of the many pleasures of living here is having world-famous vineyards at your doorstep.
Ah, bonjour, monsieur. Bonjour, monsieur. Je m'appelle Dick. Santé.
Je m'appelle Angela.
Santé.
But for Angel and I, tasting wine isn't just about buying new additions for our own cellar.
We're having a private session here to find wines, local wines.
Local sommelier Patrick is helping us put together a new wine list for our wedding season.
We want to be able to have people come to the chateau for the first time, drink the wine, and go, wow.
But as ever when running a chateau, it's a balance between tasting good and not burning too big a hole in your pocket.
Nous avons besoin de vin qui est local.
With more than 4,000 vineyards in the Loire Valley alone, the choice is a little overwhelming. And to complicate matters further, the wines on our list need to complement all different varieties of food.
Avec des spécialités anglaises?
No.
Non, de la gastronomie mondiale?
We need a bon vin. What's good? Good. We just need a good wine that can go with everything.
C'est très très bon sur une côte de bœuf. Avec
Ouais.
une côte de bœuf à la grillade, excellent. Vous faites une côte de bœuf avec un gratin dauphinois. Et ça va très bien sur des Saint-Jacques.
The scallops.
The best wines carry the prestigious AOC certificate, guaranteeing their origin and quality.
Ça c'est Loire et ça c'est l'Aussi Loire.
Okay.
D'accord?
Should we, get some?
Yes, I think we have to.
And then, and try them.
We could get so pickled this afternoon. Okay.
Légèrement sucré.
Attends, un cutin.
Faire travailler un petit peu le vin.
I just can't.
Have you actually? No, you have to really let the air into your mouth. Come on. Suck your air through. You have to.
I've got a brace at the back of my teeth. You know that I can't.
You can't. Of course you can. You can do it.
Not really into wine that much. I understand the theory behind it. I just don't love it the same way that Dick does. The wine is totally part of the package, and I'm as equally passionate at getting the right thing as Dick, but I'm not comfortable with it at all. I can't do it. I can't do it. Oh, maybe I'll practice in private in front of the mirror.
With Patrick's help, we've definitely saved a few pennies on our wine list today. And been persuaded into buying a few extra bottles to carry on our research at home.
Taste this, have a nap.
Look after the kids, give Mum and Dad a break.
No, leave the kids to your mum and dad. Taste this, have a nap.
No.
350 miles east of here, on the other side of the country, is another world-famous wine region, Burgundy. Here, a 12th century abbey has been lovingly restored by English couple Clive and Tanith Cummings and turned into an upmarket hotel.
We love being over in France. And it's so peaceful and it's so tranquil and it's just...
We've got some very good friends locally who we socialise with. We're part and parcel of the local community.
As well as 20 rooms, this former place of worship boasts a Michelin-starred restaurant.
Stéphane, tiens.
But they're still not yet making a profit.
We are still a young business. We have a very healthy bank loan.
It's a fair amount of money that goes out each month. Our electricity is normally anywhere between 3,000 and 5,000 a month.
I'd love to be a profitable organisation, but at the moment we're not. I don't make any money, and so that's what gets you sometimes. You work so hard, and you get to the end of the year and you're like, you know, there's nothing left. You know, we spent it all.
To keep costs down, Clive and Tanith do as many jobs around the Abbey as they can.
We can work in most departments, apart from the kitchen. I do avoid the kitchen as much as possible as far as helping out. But any other department, either of us will go in and help where's necessary. So it's very hands-on, but we've always been very hands-on.
Today, Clive is going to have to be a bit more hands-on than usual. He's got a pond that's suffocating from an invasion of algae, and his fountain has stopped working.
It's normally a crystal clear pond, fresh water that flows through, and you can see the fish beautifully. And as you can see, it's a bit of an eyesore now.
Too much algae can suck out the oxygen from the pond, which could be devastating for the 12 koi carp Clive keeps.
It's a job that I want to get done pretty quick. Don't want me fish to die, that's the problem.
Once he's satisfied he's got enough algae out, Clive can move on to the next problem. His fountain's broken and he needs to fit a new pump. But to do that, he needs to lower the water level by 3 inches.
The plug for the pond is at the bottom, which is about waist deep, and I've got to get in there and pull the plug out to let the water out. I don't know how far I can lean under, so I don't know whether I'm going to have to put my shoulders in and go for a swim. Not a very nice day for a swim, and it looks pretty cold in there as well.
But Clive's got a big pair of waders, so this should be a fairly simple job.
It's normally about 1 metre deep, and it just comes up literally to about 1 centimetre of my waders. But I've just got a sneaky feeling I'm going to get wet socks.
In you get, Clive.
You can hear it. That's a 12th century plug.
But removing it doesn't appear to have made the slightest bit of difference.
It's not draining away. The water's coming back up the aqueduct here. It's not moving at the moment.
As far as I'm concerned, getting your hands dirty is all part and parcel of running a chateau, especially if it saves you a few quid. For me, there's nothing more satisfying than solving a problem without spending any money at all. And finding old things like this lying around is a godsend for small DIY jobs, like building a chicken coop.
This old ladder, I wouldn't walk up it, but the chickens will roost on it. Watch. You see what we have there?
Oh, I see, right. Okay.
When they come time to roost, there's enough space for them to spread out. This is one of the doors in one of the stables. It feels like it's made of hardwood.
And what could be better than upcycling a stable door to keep the hens in and Mr. Fox out?
And what I'm doing is making a little area here so that when we open this door and come in, the chickens will all go straight out the door. Which is quite important because 12 acres is quite a lot of space to lose them.
But if you're really savvy with your renovation, you can even make a few bob too.
How are you getting on?
We've had to remove 50 metres of old lead piping that was used for the Chateau's original 19th century plumbing system.
If this is all lead, it can all go.
Most homes had lead water pipes until the 1970s, when it was discovered just how dangerous they could be to the water supply. They've been banned in France for more than 20 years, so I'm not sorry to see this lot go.
As far as we're concerned, this is the last vestiges of the old system.
The old system, yeah.
It's going.
So all the lead disappears.
And there's probably enough lead in here to pay for about 3 copper pipes.
There's no way this stuff is going to be skipped. A kilo of lead piping can fetch up to £2 when it's sold to scrap. And we've removed hundreds of kilos from our place.
Quite a lot of scrap here. It's worth money. Might be able to pay you this time.
Back at Chateau de la Baminière in the Pays de la Loire, Billy and Michael are trying to save money by doing all the restoration work themselves, even those jobs that require a serious head for heights. But at the moment, they can't even get their cherry picker up and running. Billy paid £6 grand for it second hand. Luckily, it came with an instruction manual.
Oh, here it is. Let's have a look at it. Right, it's all in French. Do you read French? Oh, a little bit. Reservoir, robinet. I don't know what that word is.
Should we get Gwendoline to help us?
I think we'll manage. We'll try. You won't learn if you keep asking Gwendoline.
If you ask me, the battery's flat, as the cherry picker's been sitting idle. But Billy's got other ideas.
It could be it's a little bit empty on diesel.
Oh, okay. Well, have you ever filled it up?
I've never filled it up yet.
Well, maybe that's what it is then. So, should we go and get some diesel?
I think we should try that, yeah. Try a bit of diesel.
Shit. If this doesn't work, we have got no idea what's wrong with it. So that will be £6 grand down the drain. Right, start her up then.
Well, that's great, isn't it? It still doesn't want to start.
That sounds like a dead battery to me.
How long does it take to charge a battery?
Oh, I don't know.
Hours?
Couple.
Days?
Couple of hours.
Couple of hours.
So it's charging, which means it hasn't got a lot of power in it, I think. That might do the job. Because usually it won't charge if it knows it's got enough power in it. Lovely. We'll sort of leave it to it and come back to it, I think.
OK.
Yeah.
Try it again in a few hours.
Yeah, all right then.
Billy and Gwendoline have a lot invested in this chateau. They bought it for €1,050,000 with a large mortgage and with the help of an inheritance from Gwendoline's late mother.
You can see my mum here when she was a young girl, and then there with me. There's a drawing of her that Michael did here, and I've got her here as well.
It's just 2 years since Gwendoline's mother died.
Losing my mum obviously wasn't easy, and it's still not easy, but well, yeah, I wanted to build something with what she left me. I know she would have loved this place with the forest. My mum used to love nature, everything that was green, going out for walks, and actually when we came to visit this place, we had a walk in the forest. I could see my mum there, and I knew she would have loved it. Achieving what we are trying to do here, in a way, is also for my mum, because she allowed us to do this, so we owe it to her to make it work.
When they found this magnificent place for sale last year, they had no idea of the history that lay within its walls. The chateau was named after the Baminière family, who some 300 years ago were royal advisors to King Louis XIV.
This over here is supposed to be Madame de Baminière, who gave her name. Basically, Baminière was the family name of the family who built the chateau, and it's supposed to be Madame de Baminière going hunting on a horse.
Madame de Baminière was the last member of the family to inhabit the chateau before it was sold following the French Revolution. Since then, it's had dozens of owners, some more careful than others.
The funny thing here is that you can see that some of the paneling is missing, and actually we were told that the previous owners weren't paying their bills anymore or anything, so the house and its contents were sold in auction.
Yeah.
So people came and bought everything that was in the house. And apparently some people bought the paneling from the walls.
Because they liked it, I suppose.
So they just ripped it off.
I think it's stage by stage you get around to doing all these rooms.
Yeah, we're not expecting all of it to be done in a year or two. We know it's going to take.
No miracles.
Yeah.
But it will get done.
Having left the cherry picker on charge for a few hours, it's time for Billy and Michael to see if it's working, so they can finally get up on the roof and fix the chimney.
This is the last resort, really. We've done so many things to it that I don't know what else could be wrong with it. So, fingers crossed. I mean, if it doesn't start, I don't know what we're going to do. So, hopefully it works. There's an ignition button. It's a small black button.
With the turn arrow,
that's it. Push it.
Fixing the cherry picker, that's the easy part. The real work is still to come. In the Loire Valley, sisters Marion and Tanya, along with their families, are preparing their chateau for the first guests of the season, who arrive in 48 hours' time.
Or I've got this list to do.
The sisters are catching up with paperwork, while Marion's husband, John, is seeing to the toilets.
What? Would you be willing to go and get another loose seat and fit it?
Go and get one if you want me to, yes.
That would be fantastic. Please, could you go and get another loose seat and fit it? Okay. Thank you, John. I don't think he's too happy at all about doing that. Do you think it's worth us getting 2 loose seats? Oh, John?
Yeah?
Why don't you take that loose seat? Because all loose seats are slightly different sizes. Yeah?
All loose seats inside.
Oh, we're constantly having problems. John, just take it anyway.
You girls really know a lot about loose seats.
Anyway, just get it right. Get it right.
30 minutes later, John and his sons Ben and Dan are on the prowl for a replacement.
38 euros, 40 euros, 34 euros, 49 euros.
I want the tiger one.
It's quite good, isn't it? Yeah, no, that's quite off-putting, isn't it, really? It's a bit of a tough one, actually.
That's really picky with his toilet seat.
I'm sorry.
John makes his choice, but just as he's leaving, one loose seat stands out from all the rest.
Well, that is quite clever. Why not have a bit of fun?
For John's sake, I hope Marion's as impressed with the novelty loose seat as he seems to be.
Merci beaucoup. Bonjour, au revoir. Come on.
His wife Marion and sister-in-law Tanya were convinced loose seats came in all shapes and sizes. Turns out they were wrong.
There you go, girls.
No, what you got there, John?
2 loose seats. They are all the same. They are universal. I've got you a nice wooden one.
Right.
And I've got this other one, but it says E equals MC squared on top of it. But they strike out the M and they put the W. E equals WC squared.
Oh. What does the E stand for?
Energy.
Energy.
No, but in the new equation.
Are you happy with that?
We're happy with that, John. Let's go. Come on, king of the loose seats.
Fitted them before.
But once it's been fitted, it seems the sisters aren't too happy with the wooden one either.
I think white would have been better. Hate to say it, but it's a white room with white tiles. Anyway, there's no wood.
Bloody Lucy.
I think it's better than the E equals WC squared or whatever.
Well, you said get 2, so...
Of course we meant 2 Toyos.
Oh, yeah, well, I did say, you know what, doesn't matter what I do, it's going to be wrong. Damned if you do and damned if you don't. Voila. There's the loose.
Well done, John.
Well done, John.
I've got a splashback on it, wasn't it? Yeah. I'm going to have a beer.
He's going to have a beer.
All right.
He deserves one, but he can't go too mad. The first guests arrive in less than 48 hours. so everyone will need their wits about them if they're going to get this place ready on time. "400 miles east at Abbey de la Bousier, Clive needs to lower the pond level to fit a new pump to the fountain. But despite finally plucking up the courage to get into the pond, pulling the plug doesn't appear to have made a great deal of difference.
It's not draining away. The pipe from the plug goes down into an aqueduct, and the aqueduct then runs into another aqueduct. No, not moving at all.
Beneath the Abbey, a network of 12th century aqueducts carry water around the estate. The pond water is supposed to drain out into the system too.
The problem is monks didn't leave me any plans, and so I don't know where it runs. Unless I go down into the aqueduct itself and have a look. Right, let's have a look. So this aqueduct, this runs from the River Arvot at the back of the building, comes all the way under reception, under the patio, and then right down to the lake.
Clive suspects a blockage somewhere is stopping the pond from draining out. And there's only one way to find out for sure.
Let's go caving. Oh. See you later.
Do you see anything?
Yes. Well, come down and have a look.
No, thanks.
Goes on for miles. We've got a pipe on the left. There's nothing up there.
Nothing at all. Not that I can see.
It takes me back to my old caving days, this does.
Time to get up. Time for Plan B.
Unfortunately for Clive, Plan B means he's going to have to get back into the pond.
Now I'm back to square one again.
Back at Chateau de la Ballrooms, Billy's got the cherry picker up and running. But before venturing onto the roof to fix the chimney, he needs a safety harness.
One leg goes through there.
And squeezing into it is proving to be another unexpected challenge.
Oh, it's a bit tight. I feel like I'm in 50 Shades of Grey. You're all strapped up. I'm all strapped up. Right, good luck. See you when I'm back on Earth. See you later.
The cherry picker will need to be at its full stretch of 22 metres for Billy to reach the chimney.
It's pretty high up here, so I'm not looking forward to it. I think he'll be fine. He's quite good at this sort of thing. I'm absolutely terrified. How's the view up there, Billy? I can see England from here.
A quick inspection reveals the chimney is riddled with holes where the 200-year-old mortar has worn away.
If you look at the size of the gap, I mean, I can put my hand in it, so it's a big old gap, and that's where all the smoke's coming out. Just don't look down.
Filling joints in masonry with mortar like this is called pointing.
I've never done this before, so it should be all right. Going up about 20 metres and whacking a bit of cement in an hole. It's not the sort of thing you imagine when you buy a chateau, but but you got to do these things. This beats a 9-to-5 job back in England. It does.
Bit scary, but as long as he's confident up there, it's all right. I wouldn't do it myself, though.
Nice pointing, Billy. After nearly 2 hours on the roof, he's just about done.
Have you managed to finish it then? Yeah, it's all done. Oh, brilliant. Hold on. Let's go down. Oh, I don't like that noise, do you? Well done, Billy.
Yay!
You're braver than us. I am. You nutter.
All that's left to do now is test Billy's pointing by lighting the wood burner.
It's working.
Yeah, the smoke's coming out the chimney.
Yeah, well done, guys.
It's worked. Gwendoline, Billy and Michael can heat the chateau for free. But the work doesn't stop here. there's still lots to do before they're ready to welcome their first guests.
They're coming in 3 weeks in this house where we live at the moment, so we need to get out of it and get it ready.
We've got to move in 3 weeks, so there's a lot to do.
In Burgundy, Abbey de la Bousier is a high-end luxury hotel that welcomes guests from all over the world. So a blocked pond and a broken fountain simply won't do. Having failed to find the mystery blockage in the 12th century drains, British owner Clive is going to tackle it from the pond side instead.
Got a jet wash gun. I'm hoping that this instrument here, the python, which you attach onto here, I'm hoping it's going to clear off. So that's what we're hoping.
It means Clive will have to get back in the pond, and the hotel's general manager, Michael, has come along for moral support.
Oh, I've just got a wet groin. It's cold.
But just when he seems to be making headway...
That trips itself out. Oh, is it? It's like we might have fused the whole Abbey. 2 different plugs it's not working on.
So now plan B's out the window, it's time to improvise.
If plan C doesn't work, you start plan D, E, F and G, and eventually you'll get there.
Plan C is a good old-fashioned drain rod.
Sees what you did soft. I spent my afternoon rodding. Can you hear that? Cracked it. That must be calcium.
Using the rods, Clive's managed to dislodge a build-up of calcium or limescale in the pipes about 4 metres between the pond and the aqueduct.
My wife's got me on a detox. But I reckon tonight deserves a good glass of wine.
Blockage removed, finally the water begins to drain away.
If you want a comfortable life, don't buy an Abbey.
An hour later, the water level has dropped enough to fit the new pump. So it's back into the pond one last time.
Fuse number 19. There we go. So we haven't electrified the fish. Hey! I knew we'd get there. Doesn't that look good? That's my mini Geneva. That's quite powerful. Cool.
It's a good thing Clive got the fountain fixed. Because tomorrow, some very special guests are due to arrive.
They're flying in by helicopter, which is going to be an amazing start. He wants to propose to his girlfriend. So the best thing that we can do is just sort of make it as special as possible. So that's the plan.
"400 miles away in the Loire Valley, it's the final day getting the 9-bedroom holiday gîte, Chateau de Bois-Giraud, set up for the holiday season. And sisters Marion and Tanya need to get the whole place tidied before the team of local carpet cleaners arrive in an hour.
I've done enough jobs, Mum.
Oh, look at you.
One of Marion's last jobs is to check on the chateau cellar. She wants to check that weeds aren't growing in the only available patch of sunlight down there.
You get things growing up and through the grate, and then they grow up there, and that turns into a bit of a jungle. But actually, the weed killer from last year looks like it's kind of done its thing.
These cool cellars would have been used for food storage in the days before fridges and freezers.
So these are apple juice. We were just obviously feeling brave, and then we all tried it, and we were all still alive. These are just empty bottles. I know, shame, they're all empty. I suppose you hang meat on these, don't you?
Upstairs, the carpet cleaners have arrived, which gives Tanya a chance to try out her French before she leaves.
You come in. Bed.
Just
Là, la moquette. Ah, super.
You want window?
Oui. Voilà, c'est ça. C'est ça. Voilà.
I get. I speak no French. They speak a tiny bit of English, but we just resorted to sign language and noises. And that worked really well, actually.
The Chateau's 9 bedrooms all need to be done in time for the first paying guests, who arrive tomorrow.
It's not grand having the carpet cleaners in the day before, because it needs 24 hours for the carpets to dry. So it is going to be a rush today to get everything in.
It's the first time I use the machine.
And it's not her lucky day, as there's a problem with the carpet cleaning machine.
Stop working. We're already very, very short of time, and we really don't have time for a carpet cleaner that doesn't want to do its job. So we need this like a hole in the head. Now the boss for the cleaning company, for the carpet cleaner, has arrived. Come and had a look at it, so I'm hopeful that he can get it going. Let's hope the carpet cleaner listens to him and does as it's told.
Outside, the pool's hose has been left on overnight, and it's finally full of clean water. And Mary and John and the kids are all set to leave.
I should get my passport. Check my passport.
Almost.
Where's my little day pack? Oh.
They won't be back until September,
Hi, John. See you later. Thanks for all your help. Thanks for your toilet seat.
which means the last few jobs are left for Tanya.
Have a good trip.
Back inside, there's some good news.
Oh, that's great. Thank you. Thank you. Lovely. It seemed like some sort of blockage.
With the carpet cleaner back in the game, Tanya can do a task she always puts off to the end of her visit.
Oh, let's see what the flies are like.
One of the Chateau's en-suites seems to be a favourite residence for these little beasties.
Well, there are a few in there.
From bitter experience, we know every chateau has flies, and anyone who says they don't is telling porkies.
Just run it and hope for the best. That isn't going down properly, or very slowly, that I'm going to have to dismantle under here, and that'll probably have flies in it. See what we got. Not really very nice. So, owning a chateau isn't glamorous. Anyone who thinks it is delusional.
Yeah, but what a wonderful place to live.
But that's us done for now in here.
Tanya's got to leave in less than an hour to make her ferry. So it's a good thing the carpet cleaners have finished their business.
It's come up, I'd say, almost as good as new.
It's good for you?
It's very good, thank you.
And after a few last jobs, some simpler than others,
Heating. So now I have to press the circle button.
Chateau de Bois-Jarreau is finally ready, just about on time.
It is hard and it's stressful getting out, but it's all done.
When the guests arrive tomorrow to enjoy this magnificent chateau, they'll never even know Tanya, her sister and their families had ever been here. Next time, Gwen, Billy and Michael race to get the chateau ready to move into.
This stuff absolutely stinks.
But Michael goes AWOL.
Michael!
Clive and Tanith find playing Cupid
He wants to propose to his girlfriend, so he's asked us to help him.
is easier said than done.
I need to very discreetly get the gentleman on his own, just in case of loitering with intent.
Things fall apart for a novice builder.
OK, gently let it down.
And whilst bargain hunting at a brocante,
Oh, I love it.
It's so wrong.
Angel finds it hard to stay focused.
What do you fancy?
You.
Oh, you're so full of twaddle. Come on.